BOTZ2. You already know what it is. I'm fucking Caustic. Who are you, brother?
In the spot, I go mania and I'm crazy like Lou off that alien juice. Uno high times, bitch.
My
We got my man
man.
Remy D. We got my man SP9.
AP9 mobbing, you know what it is.
You already know.
Mobbing, bitch.
Yo, we got sponsors in this bitch. Shout out to Solid Clothing, Legendary, BCO, Vape, and 408. Thanks for making this happen. This is about to get fucking crazy right now. Please, on my right-hand side, all the way from Philadelphia,
Yeah.
please make some noise for Rone, yo.
Philadelphia's own melted your motherfucking dome, and on the left-hand side, fucking your bitch like a porno tape, live from the 408. Give it up, motherfucking dirt!
Hey, shout out at solid_clothing on Instagram, BCO apparel, Legendary Clothing, always holding us down, Vape Vaporizers, 408, everybody who helped this fucking make this shit happen, and thank all you motherfuckers for coming out for real.
Hey, man, as you can see, Cali clearly ain't biased at all, you feel me? Like, what time it is?
Hey, I'm Rone's biggest fan.
So, yo, we gonna get into this shit right now. You came from the farthest part in here.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first.
You wanna go first?
And I'm gonna let him go first.
I'm gonna let him let me go first.
Okay.
Hold it down. Going to baby.
Rony baby the prince. Let's go. Yo, fuck with me. So you know who loves Dan's battles? Dan. You know who loves to talk about Dan? Dan. You know who Dan's favorite rapper is? You got the team, everybody. Dan. You know who makes the best meatballs in the world, though? My motherfucking grandmom. Let's go. First off, I'm here to say, believe that shit. Fuck the Dirtbag Dan show, you saucy little bitch. I only watch to watch Caustic when he calls you on your shit, your ego, your self-entitlement. Everyone is tired of it. It got you here, and this battle's gonna send you off into retirement. You're inflated and delusional, thinking you gonna get this. You're the least complex battler with the most complexes. You think you're battle raps media? Like you think you're Matt Lauer? Well, I'll take you out with 24 like I think I'm Jack Bauer. You can barely afford your studio, but bro's gotta try. What, you think you a journalist just because you broke all the time? Well, yeah, you see, but you wanna set that standard. Well, damn it, you can't pander, but Danny ain't Dan. Rather, he's closer to Ann Landers. Well, I hope Fox hires you to cover battle rappers. I'll run on set like a boat captain. It ain't nothing to drop an anchor. See, I'm the nicest on the road since Kerouac. The biggest stud of the bunch since Secretariat. With an old-fashioned ass whooping for your scary ass. I'll do it right, and them cheeks gonna need a pair of graphs. You said fear the beard, how's that shit gonna move me? That's peach fuzz on a coochie. I'm from a city that's full of Sunnis. That's a Marx beard. No, that's Karl Marx beard, I'm certain. That's John Lennon's if he was alive, or Jim Morrison's if he was a virgin. That's the bearded lady from the circus plus Freud in the same person. That's Ulysses Grant, Robert Lee, and William Tecumseh Sherman. And it's got me thinking, finally, Danny's spending time with me. Cause shit's been different ever since you started filming Duck Dynasty. Well, fuck a dirtbag Dan. I'm a glad bag Dan. Saran wrap Dan and his ragtag clan. You'll get zipped in your own fucking backpack, Dan, till they have to add a rip when they hashtag Dan. You got my eyes like saucers and I'm salivating too. This is a fucking drawn weapon. You're just an animated dude. An animal versus the meal that he's masticating through. I'll turn the San Jose stage into the San Diego Zoo.
Alright, give it up. 5 gang, free smoking. Dan, it's on you.
You know what rhymes with Penn State? Been raped. See, Fresco already broke down in his third round how you got caught up in that Sandusky pedo case. But hearing him accuse you of getting molested was like watching the pot called the kettle raped. I mean, Rome, Fresco, what's the difference? Both you bitches are built like female Russian gymnasts. I bet he didn't press charges because he wasn't tripping. Shit, I bet he got jealous of the other victims. Of course you got raped with them feminine traits. Oh, Blimey would fuck and we know she's a les. You got Woody Harrelson from White Man Can't Jump swag and Uno Lavos is your Rosie Perez. Don't be upset. Don't be upset, but if you say you're battling Real Deal in a week, we won't be impressed. Just remember, asshole who arranged for your travel, I don't just headline these battles, I run the events. I'm your boss today, motherfucker, since I hired you to drop flows, so it ain't a gun reference if I say I'm firing the long nose. Get it? Get it? Because he got a long nose. I'll put a hook in that shit like Gonzo's. I'll put elbows on you like John Jones till your face get puffy like Sean Combs. It's on, Rone. Picture me out front of your parents' house like lawn gnomes. Me and the homies gonna wait patient, break in when your mom's home and do her body good. That bitch got a milk mustache and some strong bones. Gang rape bars. Gang rape bars. What's wrong, Rone? You didn't think shit was gonna get this real, boy? Walking around this motherfucker looking like Pinocchio if he was a real boy? You fuck with Dan, it's over. Dan and yogurt, because if I say lunch, the little homies will peel his cap and send this pussy back to Philly in a coffin painted teal and black. Shark City, bitch! Ah!
And the natives are restless. Rone F.
Yo,
Show it down. Chill.
having Penn State pedophile bars with that beard, there really isn't hope for you. And stop eyeing me up like that, Dan. I'm way too old for you. Yo, I'll get dirt dusted just for thinking that he's relevant. Everything I said I meant compact dirt to sediment. Embarrassment's inherent, it's something you can't help. Cause in the end, dirt, you only soil yourself. So you're one of those all about, yeah, right? It was funny. Yo, so you're one of those all about MMA dudes. Well, really, I could feel that. But where were those MMA skills at when you were shirtless wrestling Ilmac? With a couple of drunk moves, he started to crush you. Your exact words were, dude, I'm high on mushrooms. Play by play. Ilmac picked you up like you guys were in the ring. Your legs were kicking in the air like a child on a swing. You got a foot on him. He plucked you like you're lighter than a twig. Then he slammed you through the bed, enough to drive you through the springs. He brought that 888 shovel out for ripping this fool. Showed me the scoop on dirt, now I'm not digging this tool. But me, I'm slim thuggin', having acid flashbacks to when I ripped rugged. No discussion, turn the hacksaw back on Jim Duggan. Your personal life as boring as the game on Tim Duncan, while my game in the Golden State is smooth as the J on Chris Mullin. I got Sosa on deck, and I'm popping corks like Sammy. But you're kind of different, Danny, so you'd never make the family. It seems like you kind of liked it when Ilmac made you his daddy, so Dan plays both ways like Devin Hester at Miami. But just because you're light in your loafers, it don't mean that you got nimble feet, you incomplete, flimsy geek, you dirty little chimney sweep. You try to say you're not gay, but you got us in disbelief because you say it in crazy ways like I'm straighter than Britney's teeth. What? Yo, fucking, you always collapse into your opponent's arms after battles, like y'all was some prize fighters. You try that shit with me, you must be high off a highlighter. Shit, Mad Child kissed you after your battle. I was there and I saw it, but you didn't even stop it. You just smiled at the camera and nodded. You had a sham wedding that was full of battle rappers. That's as battle rap as it gets. That proves that you're a lonely loser without a real life or any actual friends. But Dan always wants to run his fucking bars, so he'd hit me. I do the polite thing and answer, shit, even when I'm busy. Do the half-listen, fake react to every line like filthy. So if you're wondering who gassed Dan up, guilty. And one more thing, Dan, I was over your house today, like, for a couple of hours, and to end the round off, just so you know, I jerked off in the shower. Yes! I'm just saying.
It's terrible.
It's only right.
It's only right.
Break out the fucking comment, bro. Shit. Hey.
It's a tight-knit community.
How y'all feeling Rone so far?
Yeah! Woo!
Not me, I'm like, fuck that bitch. His whole style is ass cheeks, no cocoa bar in the homie AP9. Fuck that bitch! Come on, man. Ice-T, eat your heart out. Yo, check it, look. Look. Did I say this motherfucker looked like a bird yet? No? Well, you look like a fucking bird, man. I bet his favorite rapper? Birdman. His favorite superhero? Birdman. His favorite pro skater is Tony Hawk, who coincidentally goes by Birdman. You're for the birds, man. That's a bird beak, bird teeth, bird hands. His favorite basketball player, Birdman, of course, because he thinks he looks like a bird too. If he gets sick, it's the bird flu. I bet you shit white like birds do. I'm about to cook them right now. Bird stew. I'm Wolfgang Puck, this my kitchen. I'm cooking birds, no pie flipping. Watch this bird get battered, no fried chicken. Bird. Bird's the word. Bird bars, bitch. Bird bars. Got him by the flock like we flip roans instead of pigeons when cops drive the block. If I hear this eagle squawk, I'ma let the eagle talk. Yeah, and it don't stop, cause it's 187 on an undercover hog. Bird. That's where most people would stop. Not me though, I go tougher. Cause if your mother was a swallow, then your father was a throat fucker. And if your mother's human and she says she didn't fuck a bird, then don't trust her, because Rone suffers from having the same bone structure as the road runners. Bird. Bird's the word. Bird bars, bitch. What the fuck do you know about it?
Dipset Bird Gang.
All right, yo,
Rone?
So imagine how a gangster feels when they hear a nerd talking some gun business. She liked it. Didn't even get to the punchline. That's beautiful. Imagine how a gangster feels when they hear a nerd talking some gun business. Well, that's exactly how I feel anytime you act like you fuck bitches. You are for real, you are a pussy whip family man. Homemaker is your occupation. You would call your wife to apologize if a girl blew your mind in a conversation. But that's just fucking Dan, though, trying to fill a rap role. Why you repping San Ho? Because you always sans hoes? You trying to pass in your family name with no kids of your own to help you. Plus, your wife called. She has something very important to tell you. But if you don't have kids, why you always at soccer practice? Flashing that short dick right out of a long jacket. With a Polaroid snapping, trying to capture all the actions, and he keeps all the pictures in a pedophile cabinet. You're into child porn, Dan. Phone's got a child porn app. You got a full beard, but your basement's got a child porn stash. But you ain't like Dan like dangerous, so fuck what this man implying. You Dan like Danish or fucking dance recital or dandelion. You think you could out-rap me, but that plan then won't work, cause Dan on wax is softer than Dan on yogurt. Woo. That faux squirt. Wait, no. I ain't bring a gun for him. I'm here to show your half Mexican side that I'm half Republican. So tell your girl me cargo es muy mucho grande largo. You want to start the Mexican URL? Juan Di Marco. Yo, so you a worm for this battle. So what's the deal, Robin? Is we friends after this? Is we still rocking? You looking tired like it's Zanny if you pill popping. But if you tired in the clutch, that's a wheel problem. When I say tired clutch like wheel problem, like somebody cut my brakes but I'm still riding, they want to cool me off like say chill on them, but where I'm from I gotta go meet Mill on them like boy it's levels to this shit. It's levels to this shit. You had to buy up to mine so forever you a bitch. My game on a plane that you never gonna get, so you want a piece of me, you had to settle for my fist. Yo, your man is clearly a queen. He isn't scary to me. The biggest scam in battle rap since John John's pyramid scheme. For real. You said I have balls coming to the Zay. What is this guy retarded? We're promo rap sparring, not balling at Boston Garden. You're not Frank Lucas. You're just a rapper that sucks. You got no pull. You go home to pull up Pampers at lunch. Picture him at Christmas, dressed up as fucking Santa and such. Or at Thanksgiving, unloading turkeys off the back of a truck. This isn't your city, Dan. It's just a spot that you chill in. You don't run these streets. You just ran around in them as children. You go down, no problem. They can find an easy fill-in, so this ain't your city, Dan. It's just a spot you getting killed in.
There it is. I'm saying.
Go, baby. There's a one right there. There's a one.
Free Smokey, last round.
Even after all that shit, Adam ain't at all mean like them battle blogs seem. But they attract along an avid mob of Adderall fiends. Back when you were in college, you wrote them Asher Ross schemes. Now it's thrift shopping with Macklemore for acid wash jeans. I heard him say in a battle, my music is hitting now. Really? Your music is hitting now? You're fucking kidding, pal. We're both battling for recognition, and I'm the only one of us that's sticking out. I was on paid dues because I paid dues. I had to campaign to change views. People think battle rappers can't make good music, and it ain't true. Bitch, I blame you. Why you think your strange-ass music videos don't sustain views? It's like you're trying to make the perfect soundtrack for white people to play croquet to. Let me put it in golf terms so you know what I mean, because that's something that white people play too. When it comes to the game, you're slow to the green, let a real professional play through. Golf bars, bitch. Got them back to back, said this eagle under par. That's a handicap. I'm gonna pull out the 9, tee off on his birdie. When I'm finished, put her back in caddy shack. Holy shit. I said caddy shack, putter, putter, handicap. 100 bullets is turning over in his grave right now. What the fuck are you supposed to say after that? That's a wrap. You know what I'm talking about too, because you said you used to play a few holes after track. Scratch that. You said your coach used to play with your holes at the track. Rape bars, bitch. Now we're back to that. Woo! Full circle, baby. We're coming back around. I know some cats from Penn State, and according to who I spoke to, if you get raped in the locker room there, it means somebody roned you. Be honest, homie. Be honest, homie. That shit roned your life. Even if you want to act like nothing happened, we know I don't mean up early in the morning when I say Sandusky was up and at 'em. Rape bars, bitch. Make some motherfucking noise.
Vibes up. Shout out to my partner Pistol, Free Smokey. Give it up to the homie Dan for organizing.
Hey, Battle of the Z2.
Don't give it up for me.
Give it up for fucking Rone.
All that self-glorification. All that gross self-glorification I be doing all the time.
I mean, you know.
Somebody's got it. If no one's gonna toot your horn, somebody's got to toot it.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody got to be the fan.
Scoot over or something. You got bad framing here. What up, guys? Behind the bots. Oh, I gotta hit the thing.
What's up?
Is that it? Bang! Behind the bots. We are live.
What's going on,
ladies and gentlemen? My hat is downstairs, and my hair looks stupid. Now I'm realizing that on camera.
Yeah, that's, we all.
Well, you don't even have hair, Ryan, so.
Yeah, no, I've already. Yeah.
If you could take your hat off, it would make me feel better.
It'd blend in with the wall.
Okay. Well, we just watched a classic battle that really begs the question, why did I do that? And it's Rone too, and Rone beat all of us. He beat all the West Coast guys.
Hey man, I lost money to Robo. We all have one where we don't really talk about it,
Oh, I got more than one, and we talk about it a lot.
Well, because Charlie Clips wasn't really long after this or before this.
Oh, that was after. That was a long time. I mean, I don't know.
Shit,
it's all a blur.
It happens.
Only in the end.
Okay, I mean,
you only remember the times you shit the bed. You don't even remember the ones that are good.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, I look like a 13-year-old with a beard. That's okay. I was fat in this battle, and Rone looked like he was certainly 12. So, but we're gonna call Rone. I remembered we were going to do this show like day before yesterday, and I was driving to Fresno to go pick up a dog, and I was like, I don't want to text because I'm driving on 152. It's windy, and I was like, I'll just call Rone. And you never expect people to answer when you call. This motherfucker picked up the phone in, I swear, a half a ring. And he's like, hey, what's up, dude? I was like, oh. Threw me off. I didn't even know what to say. But fucking Rone is the man. Still's got my number. Still knows who I am. And
well, I'd say fucking, like if somebody that I once knew like that and I haven't talked to in a long ass time and they all of a sudden just call me,
you would answer.
I'd probably be like, what in the fuck? Let's check this out.
I attribute it entirely to the coronavirus and everybody just being stuck at home and not being able to do anything. Because otherwise, I feel like Rone would definitely be somewhere doing something cool and not just sitting there at home. But whatever, I could be wrong. Regardless, the baby, the prince, once the king, what is he now? Is he now like the emperor? Rone baby, the emperor? He agreed to do a FaceTime chat with us. So we're going to hit him up like right now and fucking,
we do that.
Yeah. I'm excited. We have so much fun going through the memories of these events. And, as I recall, like, Rone came through. We got him a hotel, but he came by the house and kicked it for a little bit too. He really got a chance to be in the Zay with the folks. So I think it'll be cool to talk to him about his experience here in the battle and whatnot. Let's get more of me and less of you. Cause
Yeah. I don't need to be in this.
A lot of me.
Yeah.
I want a lot of me in there. Okay. Let's get it. I'm gonna turn these on. And we're calling. I gotta wait till that number gets on the screen before I go, or off the screen before I go. Oh, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at that fucking hat. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's so sick. What's going down? Rone, baby.
You know what the fuck it is?
Man, thanks for fucking joining us today. I really appreciate it. I was just saying I was super surprised that you answered the phone in like a half a phone call. Can you tuck your hair in your hat? You're fucking with me right now. That is killing
Dude, I
it.
just shaved my face for the first time in maybe a month, and I look like Jared Kushner.
Dude, you are so boyish right now with the fucking like T-ball hat hair situation going on. I feel like, man, I don't
I
even
just
know
want
what
to call
say.
you coach.
How do we both look younger now than we did in that battle, which was like easily 10 years ago?
And we did look young then too. We definitely look young as fuck. But damn, we do. We're just spring chickens. Dude, honestly, watching it back, I kind of like your bars way better.
You all right? The bird ones or what? If we
mean,
just
the bird
sans the
ones-
second round, are you gonna say like you like my first and third better? I thought my
The
first
bird
was
shit
always good.
lasts, though.
I always thought my first was good, and then I knew that everything else was just like, man. I was at one point I was considering seriously doing a portion of Motown Philly for like my second round.
Like no flip.
And I was hoping the audience would sing with me, and I felt like it was too much of a gamble to take. So instead, I go with bird bars. Probably should have done the Motown Philly thing.
No,
retrospect.
dude, the bird bars in retrospect, they gave us like such a fucking moment in battle rap history. And like they were charismatic. And that's why looking back at my shit, I'm like, damn, why did I not try and play like the charisma card more? I was trying to be like aggressive and shit. I just looked like a bitch. It was just uncomfortable for everybody.
We just have to get people to go back and look at my battles, and maybe they'll see them different now.
I don't know, dude. I think that there was like you're even getting more crowd reaction. I don't
In my backyard, I was getting more crowd reaction at my house
But what was
from
the-
my
what was
cousins
the-
or what?
What was the reason for the bird bar shit like going down in history like it did?
Because it was stupid as fuck. I mean, I just watched the whole thing for the first time in a long time, and it's okay. So what I was trying to do, and the reason I was referencing the bird bars thing was because, and it's such like a fucking like layered reference that nobody was ever going to get it. But I was doing the Peter Griffin, like when you fucking hit your shin, so it stops being funny, and then you keep doing it until it starts being funny again. Like that was my plan with the bird bars. Like I knew at some point that it was it was like way too much. And instead of like backing it off, I was like, no, I'll continue to go until it's funny again. And
And that's what
it never happened. It never got funny again. It
No,
was not
that's
a
what's
Peter
happening
Griffin
right
thing.
now.
Oh, I guess. Oh,
It
shit.
finally is.
Well, I've said this.
If you look back at anything I said in that battle, not one thing is as memorable as the bird bars.
True enough.
Not one thing.
Not but I mean, you could say that about like DNA throwing up in a battle. You'd be like, that was the most memorable thing that happened is that fool threw up in that battle. I don't remember any of the other bars. I don't know if that's a
You
good
did your
thing.
shit on purpose, at least.
Yeah,
You didn't throw up.
I planned it.
You didn't
Oh,
fucking stumble
fuck.
into throwing up. What an event, though. What a crazy event.
Yeah, let's just break down your experience at the Battle of the Bay 2. And this was the first event. Last week we broke down the first one. The first one was a voice box event. So we actually we worked with another league. The battles came out on another channel. We realized over the course of that event, we didn't need to do that shit. So this was the first one really that we did by ourselves. So essentially this was like Battle of the Bay 1, but we were calling it, or Battle of the Zay 1, but it was Battle of the Zay 2. The Caddy
And
AB.
weren't you doing this because like Battle of the Bays weren't happening
We're done.
anymore?
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm gonna grab the torch and I'm gonna make this shit pop off Battle of the Z, and like we're gonna keep the momentum.
Yeah, it was basically like my attempt to keep some battles in the region, and also the format of like being in the warehouse and it being like, it reminded me of the old Battle of the Bays. So that was like the idea behind it initially. I think we had the venue before we had the name. So once I seen like we were in a warehouse and Battle of the Z was done, I was like, oh yeah, Battle of the fucking Z, that's perfect. But sure as shit, they did Battle of the Z 6 or 7 like by the time I had got to like 6 or 7. So at that point I was just fucking copying other people.
No, dude, you were a copy, and it was like a needed thing at the time. It was like King of the Dot was like grinding in Toronto, but like there was like a dip in Bay Area battles, and so you're like, and this was like the week before World Domination 3, I think.
Yeah, because we were saying you had another battle with Real Deal. I was saying that in the battle, but I didn't remember.
Yes,
which
dude, I was supposed to battle Real Deal the next week, and I actually went on fucking Static Selecta's show that week in fucking in New York on fucking on Shade 45, and I fucking bombed. I did so shitty because I had 2 like clips of battle bars. That's all I was. Like,
oh yeah, for
mentally.
Sure. Yeah, that's not.
And so I was like, man, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do some 16s or whatever. But going on the radio, you have to go for like 2 minutes straight.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can't do.
16, it'd be like 30 seconds, and they'll be like, "That's it. That's all." And I was like, watch Battle of the Z.
Yo. Oh, that's tight. That's tight. This was the event where Caddy was bleeding randomly.
Yeah.
That was
Can we
awesome.
talk about that?
Yes, we could totally talk about like how it happened and everything, because we've discussed.
Yeah.
This is why it, like where we're doing this at. What is your experience with like Ron bleeding at that event randomly?
So he came like super late to the battle, right?
Yes.
Or maybe he was there earlier, but like wasn't bleeding and wasn't in the wife beater. And then like he like materialized in the wife beater.
Well, you remember our studio was in that parking lot, right? So at some point, either he went with Skylar or I gave him the keys to our studio, and he went to the studio and he took his shirt off and he found a razor blade in the studio, and he just kind of like what do they call it when in wrestling? A little color?
Color or juice.
So he just fucking added a little color to himself. He just sliced himself up a little bit with the razor blade and decided to just show back up bleeding in a wife beater. And everyone was kind of confused by it.
It was the toughest shit ever, though. It was so intimidating. Ab Hoggish, who I think he was battling, I think Ab Hoggish was like a little bit like spooked by it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think, and so was, I don't want to say spooked, but like AP9 was like, what the fuck am I watching right now? Because it was also Caddy just wiling out and being like Caddy on 10. So he was really taking
it. The perfect curl of blood. It was like an apostrophe of blood that he had on his forehead. It was like the perfect like small amount. It was like there, but it was dry. It was like a fucking instant form tattoo. And like I just I like my fucking shit with Caddy was like sometimes he was like so like scary like in a moment like that, and then I'd like talk to him and I'd be like, dude, I keep on thinking you're scary, like you're not like, you're so nice and like cool and like generous with your time, but I'm like that's some scary shit to just come in bleeding.
It's kind of genius.
Yeah, it was really cool. That battle, I think, was like stole the show, certainly. Let's just look at the card real fast and look at some of the battles that were on that card, because I remember there being some other memorable joints on that one.
It was Remy D.
Remy D versus Deadman.
Yes,
which
like
was kind of
event.
Yeah, which was kind of like I don't know. I feel like that was a matchup that could have happened in any other league at that time, and it was just I felt lucky to get it basically. And Deadman, he didn't do a lot of battles. He only did like 10 battles that on the larger scale at least. Because I remember trying to get him to battle later down the line, and he was just like, nah, I'm done with it. He was one of the early guys to just be over battle rap. Shouts out to him for that. So,
he do.
But
no, those two, like, you got Remy D at like a time when like he hadn't been doing a ton of shit, but he was known for his like some of the St. Louis URL shit he did.
Yeah.
And then Deadman was like a real hot name, and it was almost like it was like you were catching them at a time when there was like a ton of potential to both of them.
Yeah, it was a really good battle on both sides too, and I always felt like that. That's what we had. Every time we had Remy out, we got the best performances from him. And then like I booked him against the Source twice, and he no-showed twice, and I was super bummed because every time he showed up, they were the best battles that some of the best bots battles that we did were Remy D battles. So it's hard for me to be mad at the dude when like it's like 50-50. It's like when he showed up, it was the best shit, but then he didn't show up half the time. So you know what I mean?
He's one of the dudes in battle rap. Remy D is that like his style works so well in California that it almost worked better there than in his home state. Like if you look at me, that might be the case. Fresco, that might be the case. Remy D, that could be the case. Like there's like a bunch of dudes whose like style just really worked, and like to you guys, like, or to us rather, like California was like pushing battle rap so much at the time that it was like being accepted or like seeing it or like having you guys vibe with a style meant a lot. It meant a lot to me at the time, so I assume it meant a lot to him.
I was also like a style that aged well. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't one of the, like, when you watch my shit, it's very like sign of the times battle rap, super punchy, where it's supposed to be punchy and stop, pause, and all the shit that was like happening right then. But that fool just rapped good. And I think like that shit would work as good today as it worked back then, and it was working the whole time he was doing it. You know what I mean? Reverse Live is the same way. That guy just raps, and it just sounds good, and that's always going to be a good formula for battle rap. You know what I mean?
Was Reverse on this card?
He wasn't. Oh yes, he actually was. It was Reverse Live versus Lex D. Remember? And they were both at the house chilling with us before we went over there together and shit.
Yes, that's a fucking classic, bro. That was another one where Lex D had only a couple battles under his belt, and he was like, he rolled up with like a baseball bat in his trunk, because he was like fielding grounders or something like that. He like a shortstop or something.
I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know.
Lex D was like playing the hot corner or something.
He put his glove. He got out of the car with his glove on and shit, and put it in the trunk and shit. Took his shin pads off and shit. He's like, all right, you got a battle.
I swear to God, bro, he kind of looked like a baseball player too.
There was also Fredo and Joe Cutter on that card. I don't remember.
That's dope.
I don't fucking remember that shit at all. Like, I don't even remember that happening. Like, legit, if you told me that battle happened, I would be like, no. And then you'd be like, dude, you threw that. So,
bro, I remember we when I pulled into town, we had some kind of like radio station hit, which like we went to like a camp.
90.5. KSJS, San Jose State, actually, which is getting fucking torn the fuck apart right now. So
is it really?
Yeah, I mean they're going hard in San Jose. They've actually established a curfew in San Jose and in San Francisco and Oakland. So
oh fuck.
Yeah, 8:30 tonight. Everything's closing. All the stores are closing at 8. So we'll see. We'll see if that slows things down, but. I don't know. I didn't take the time to say this at the top of the show, but if you're angry about protest, you should probably go fuck yourself and not watch my shit. Be angry about the thing that people are protesting about, not the protest. But I digress. That was San Jose State, 90.5 KSJS.
Yeah, and I thought that was very well said what you just said, super on point what you just said. But also, I thought it was cool as shit that we were going through the radio station at the time. We were actually just walking up to the station, and like a bunch of dudes roll by on skateboards, and you're like, "That's my brother." Or, was it your brother or something like that?
Probably, yeah, probably. Very, very.
Like your brother.
Yeah, that's San Jose for you, right? Like, they'd be like, "That's my brother," or like fucking someone be like, "Dirty Dan," like randomly out the window and shit. I always like that about like bringing battlers to my home city because like anytime that would happen, it would be cool as fuck. And I swear, like I got lucky because that wouldn't happen every day, but it would almost always happen when I had someone with me and shit. You know what I mean?
No, it definitely happened a couple times while I was out there. When just were you bringing me to the radio station, it was just like, oh shit, like this is like, it had the sense that it's like how when you go to a big event, it has that sense. But I knew that you were putting it on yourself, so it was like, oh shit, this dude's really fucking grinding in his town.
That's cool, man, because I really wanted it to feel that way. Like that was always like the idea for the Battle of the Zay events is I wanted them to be like the Battle of the Bay events. I wanted it to be a real battle rap event and not, I don't know, like there was definitely a separation at that time, especially between like the battles that King of the Dot would do and then the smaller leagues. Like it was, and it really all came down to camera quality. And we were lucky because we had the Moist Mob filming for us, so our battles looked hella good. And that was, I mean, if all I had to do then was just get enough people in a room to fucking enjoy this shit. And luckily, San Jose, like we have a good atmosphere for battle rap, and we were able to keep it going. But honestly, like the strength of these events hung on me being able to battle good names. And Rone, fuck man, you like this. I don't think out of any of the battles I did, you're the biggest. I've said this before you too. I made the most money off this battle for sure of any other battle, which is tight. Like that's fucking awesome because
For sure.
you know,
But
like
you had sponsors in the spot. I remember you had a bunch of sponsors, and I remember even like one of this. Wound up wearing the T-shirt I'm wearing in the battles, like a bright blue T-shirt, is like a sponsored T-shirt.
Yeah.
And I had another shirt I was wearing, and your sponsor just got super drunk, and he like pretty much forced me into the shirt. He just like slingshotted it onto my body, and I was like, I guess I'm wearing this now.
Yo, dude, the battle that I'm on Mushrooms in Amsterdam, I'm wearing a shirt that I'm pretty sure is for an electronic dildo company. And I was on Mushrooms, and they paid me €100 to wear the shirt in the battle. The shirt is like extra fucking schmedium, and I was fat at the time. So like I'm showing tit. And I don't know. Go look it up. Go look up the fucking company of the logo. I'm pretty sure it's an electronic dildo company. Somebody told me after, and I was like, really? What the fuck? Man, I should. At least. If you put in Dirtbag Dan, you get a fucking fuzzy vibrator that's fucking shaped like my beard.
I'm trying to remember where you put me up that weekend. And I know you had me. Actually, I might have stayed at fucking Caustic's house one night.
Maybe, yeah, because I know you were at a hotel, but then I know also at some point I picked you up and I took you to my house, and you took a shower there before we went to the event.
For a jog,
and why the fuck? Oh, okay, because I was like, why the fuck would you take a shower at my house if I got you a hotel? Because you're a weirdo. That's why. And then I got your hat, and I had your hat, and I was at my house battling your hat like a week later. I was like, yeah, who's winning now, motherfucker? What's up?
Wait, I never got that hat back.
You sure didn't, bro. What was it? It was like a fucking was it
a Phillies hat?
Yeah, it was a Phillies hat. It was a red Phillies hat for sure. A little red Phillies hat. Like if I put it on, it would look like Pinocchio on my fucking head and shit. You know what I mean? It's like one of those ones where it would come up to here and shit. Oh man. So you know who else was on that card that kind of tripped me out when I'm looking back now is Mad Flex battled Denter on that card.
What? That's so crazy that Mad Flex was on that card. That dude has been new for fucking 15 years. This new guy you gotta check out.
Woo! Woo!
He's been new for a long ass time, but
hey,
it's crazy because
that's hard to do, to be honest. I wasn't new for that long.
No, it's a skill for sure, and he still is new. He's had like the steadiest ascent of all time.
And then there was some like real wild battles on that, including Paranormal Ezak versus Laughingstock, which I want to say didn't happen. There's no way that battle happened, and then I don't remember it happening. But
Paranormal Ezak is such like a cultural touchstone of battle rap.
He really is, huh? He really is. It's just like if you know that, then you were around during a very special time in battle rap. It's like Crayon Flux. Like that's another thing you say if you're like Crayon Flux and if they react to that, you're like, oh man, you were around during the dark ages of this shit, weren't you?
It really is like a secret word. It's like a password, and like the 500 of us that know, like paranormal Ezak being 350 pounds, sweating a mustache off of his face, and fucking just being like perked out, like he was fucking living, bro.
It's like him and like Japanese Jesus. There's like a couple of these dudes that are like will forever be etched in my brain. And it's like,
oh shit.
No one. I don't know how many other people remember these battle rappers, but I will never forget them, my friend.
At all, bro. He was like personal to me. I don't know why. Like, and he would probably be like shocked. Like, I would come up to him at an event. I'd be like, "What's up, Ezak?" And he's like, "Oh shit, like you know my shit." I'm like, "Of course I know you. You're paranormal Ezak, bro."
Homie, if you sold T-shirts, I would buy one and wear it.
Exactly.
For real.
We should print out paranormal Ezak shirts.
I'm sure there ain't a copyright on that shit. We'd be good.
Yeah, we could.
Something tells me that boy wasn't business savvy enough to copyright the shit, and we might be able to lock this down.
He might be on Shark Tank now.
Speaking of business savvy, bro, you're a pretty popular guy. What's up?
Oh, that's just fucking. It's yeah, I don't know what to attribute that to. It's the baby face, I guess. People can't tell if I'm man or woman, so they just
you're just like, fuck, I want to fuck him. I don't know why, man.
That little girl's making some good points.
that little boy is brave as fuck.
He really has a set of balls on him.
Fuck, I found a hat. Oh, thank God.
Oh, there you go.
Saved. Now I look like a man. Okay.
Saved by the cloud.
So, talk to us about what you've been up to, especially during this coronavirus shit, because I mean things probably changed. You were fucking running around in basketball fucking arenas, getting fucking beat up by security guards last time I seen, dressed up like a fisherman.
Shit was awesome.
Yeah, bro, thank you. Storm chasers, that shit was
Yeah.
called. My court date has got pushed back 4 times. I have a trespassing charge from that. From getting dragged out of the stadium by the Yukon police.
All
They
right.
fucking
That's pretty
dragged
good.
my fucking
That's one of
ass
those
out.
charges. That's like a charge that's like a protesting charge. It's like that's a good. That's people see that on your record and you'd be like, okay, cool. I like this
That
guy's
boosts the
spirit.
resume.
I like this guy's spirit.
Yeah, there's no jobs I'm not getting because I trespassed at a fucking Yukon's men's basketball game.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They might give you more jobs. Did you? What happened when this whole shit went down? Because basketball kind of got shut down on the dime. Like they got shut down the day of. Were you still like actively going to games and shit when the coronavirus shit hit?
Yeah, we had like a whole March Madness tour planned.
Oh yeah, it was fucking March Madness.
Damn.
It was like about to be March Madness, so we were going to be going to all these Midwestern cities, popping around, fucking going to all these games. Like we've had fucking my job revolves around sports, so the whole sports calendar grinding to a halt is just like we have our dicks in our hands right now.
What's the adjustment on your end? What have you guys been doing as far as content? What have you been doing with your time? You know what I mean?
So I host a radio show. I'm at my apartment in Brooklyn right now, and I've been hosting this radio show on Sirius every day from 12 to 2 Eastern time. So
No
9
shit.
to 11 your time, but from home. So it's just like we're doing like guerrilla radio pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
You know all about that. That's like right up your alley. You know what I mean? So it's basically just like a Dirtbag Dan show where it's just.
Oh, but people are actually watching and you're getting paid for it. That's crazy. That's insane. That's wild.
We can't really fucking crush like massive dabs like.
Oh yeah, and I can't you
out.
can't threaten to blow rape what might be a teenager. If you do that, you're done, bro. Don't do that.
I'll try it.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Actually, it's a fucking different time. You know, things change on a dime in this atmosphere. So,
They really fucking do. They
but that's
really do.
awesome doing a fucking radio show. I love how your bar about turning me into a sideline broadcaster, and then you actually became a sideline broadcaster.
Yeah, dude. I'm like a blogger, a sideline broadcaster. I'm like everything that I like made fun of, I like turned into myself.
For sure. Everything you made fun of me for specifically, you turned into. Let's
It was
be
really
honest.
just what I wanted to be. You were like my hero.
Let's
and I
just
was
break
like,
down your round and then just be like, oh, hey, maybe I'll do that. I'll just
You're successful. You can grow a beard.
I'll do it. Except I'll fucking look boyish while I do it, and people will pay me money. And they're like, you fuck. Well, you got me beat there.
No,
Listen, I love watching this shit. It's so fucking cool to see you, especially like getting dragged out of stuff, chased or dressed in fucking like full fisherman shit. That shit was fucking hilarious to me. I'm
Hell yes,
super.
bro. Thank you.
I'm super stoked that you took the time to fucking chat with us too. That's fucking awesome.
Dude, I love what you're doing, bro. I think that the nostalgia world of battle rap is one that is largely untapped, and you and Kyle are the only dudes who are really fucking doing it. And like, I swear to God, 500 people would buy Paranormal Ezak shirts.
Man, print those shits. Kyle, see, the thing about it is though, Kyle is like doing it legit out of like the kindness of his heart and sustaining largely the entire like world of battle rap during this shit by like throwing these URL tournaments and everything. I'm just bored. I'm legit bored as fuck. And because I was done podcasting, bro. I've just been saving dogs. I like doing that way more. And I got too bored because they shut down all the other shit I could do. So I was like, fuck, hey, let's podcast a bit. So that's
Dude,
why we're
I know
here.
you, bro. You're too curious of an individual to fucking put the brakes on any of this shit, bro. Fucking, you're too driven
Facts.
to do creative shit, bro. I fucking know you, bro. You're the Joe Rogan of this shit, man. You gotta keep on.
That's so lame. I don't have no muscles. Speaking of, can we just clarify for a minute? Though Ilmac did pick me up, which is pretty fucking impressive, because I was fatter then. I sunk multiple guillotine chokes in, which show a high level of jiu-jitsu skill. Not really a high level, but hey, there's some. I was sinking the chokes. And then,
I'm gonna set this straight because I played both sides of this big time.
Oh, you did, because you battled both of you, and then you battled me, and you said I lost.
For both of you. But here's what really happened. We came into the hotel room. You were tripping balls, but you were way more sober than he was.
I was on mushrooms, though. But the funny thing is, you came in the room. We were supposed to go eat at a restaurant, and you came in the room, and fucking, you were like, where the fuck did you guys go? And we were like, oh, we went to this fucking spot. And you're like, oh, you fucking great. You guys are dicks. I went to this nice Italian restaurant called Domino's, and I was just laughing hella hard. I hella remember that shit like it was yesterday. And then that fool came in and he was drunk and hot, ready to brawl.
Dude, I think like him and Soros were like trying to run train or something like that, and he got kicked out of the train, and he came in hot and he had a nut, and you were fucking like, dude, let's fucking chill out. And he was like, I want to wrestle, and you definitely got the better of him in that situation. But I would spin it both ways a million times.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. I gotta commend you for being able to successfully spin the thing both ways.
I'm like that.
What about you in battle rap? I'm so fucking done. I couldn't even imagine ever doing it again. What about you?
I mean, I had the little light Sharon.
That was fire. I was there for that. I actually got to be the broadcaster for that. That's like the last broadcasting gig I ever did, and that battle, I believe, was the fucking battle of the fucking event. You know what I mean?
Dude, I remember seeing you right after I don't know if it was right after. I think it was right after my battle and right after you had finished your very last broadcast. You're like, dude, I just finished like my last broadcast doing this fucking pay-per-view shit, and we had a gay ass hug, bro.
Gay ass hug, dude. Two white dudes just fucking embracing, bro.
Dick to dick. It was crazy, bro.
For sure. I pushed my hips in.
I don't know what battle rap holds. It is such like a fucking intensive. Like every part of it meant it. Like every other part of my life suffered for me doing that battle. Like
when you did the Sharon one, every other part, and you were reminded of how every other part of your life suffered when you were battling. That's,
dude.
For
like,
sure, right?
I stopped battling and like everything else got put together so fast. Like,
whatever girl you're talking to at the time is like, you're fucking mean right now. I don't even know you. Who is this guy?
You're joking, but dude, like I'd be like barking at like the fucking Uber Eats guy. Like, hey, you said my food's supposed to be here fucking 5 minutes ago. Like, I was an asshole. I really was, bro. I like changed my DNA changes for that.
Yeah.
Fucking so I don't know. I'm enjoying not doing any for the time being.
I thought that battle was amazing, and I thought that like I kind of Sharon is like in a way battle rap's little brother. You know what I mean? And so like those of us that have been there for a long time, like you can't lose to Sharon. You know what I mean? Like you can't. A lot of people can, and a lot of people fucking do because he's one of the goddamn best in the world. But there's like a certain like level of battle rapper that's like been there for long enough to where you're like, no, I'd rather die. Like I'd rather fucking I'd rather be lit on fire than lose to this guy. And
right, all the people that like whose opinions I respect will think less of me if I lose to this guy.
I don't know, like we'd understand because I've seen it happen to other people, but also we'd be like, we'd make fun of you for it for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I have to go back to the table and I'd have to wear that one. So that was what I did not want to wear.
Shouts out to Zan Aykroyd, laid a little fucking $5 bill on it. He said, "Can we ask Rone about the Awkwards battle and how much of a body it was?" That was your like fucking coming out party battle, really.
That was the first battle rap pay-per-view event. That was the first time that they'd ever pay-per-viewed a battle rap.
No shit.
Which is 2011, which a long ass time ago. But it was
which event was that?
It was like a fucking
was it MOB?
Yeah, something like it's like some gory named New York event.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was a New York event for sure. It was Bloody Massacre. Fucking. It was fucking It was the fucking Skullface Massacre 7 fucking Bloodfest Suicide Chain fucking battle.
Sick.
The shit's fucking sick. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Really
Sorry.
That's what it was called, bro.
Fucking blood in the fucking blood in your eye, blood in your fucking testicles. 7, the goriest one.
That's deadass what it was.
That was hella New York steez around like 2010. Like from like 2008 to 2012, it was like all the battle shit was like fucking bloody gore battle 7. How many people are gonna die? You're like, all right, fuck. I'm with it.
Okay, all right.
I like this vibe.
Everybody had the shiny leather hats. It was a leather hat fest, bro. And no, it was a cool battle. I don't think either of us we really didn't like each other at that time. But
from the internet, which is always funny.
Yeah, it's like we had no reason to. I didn't like him because like it was like fuck Awkwards. Like it was like it was probably because I wanted like his spot, and that's probably what it came down to. And,
which is healthy, which is real healthy, honestly. Like at your age at that time, like that's what you have to. That's who we all had to be at that time. Everybody, I remember legit thinking like, I'll fuck anybody up, no matter how like delusional that was. Like I had that in my head. Like I think I can fuck anybody up, and like there's no point in even battling if you don't fucking think that shit.
Yeah, your shit sounds corny coming out of your mouth if you don't think that.
Yeah, because you're like fucking posturing in the mirror, looking all fucking tough to yourself and shit. Like you better believe you're the man, or else you're gonna quit.
I'll kill you. I don't know.
Nah, he's not gonna. Fuck, you're not gonna kill anyone, are you? You suck. But I remember that being like the battle. Like I mean, you were on the map, I think, for a lot of the battle rappers, but that was the battle that I think that broke you to the fans. Really, is that? Would you agree?
I definitely think so. It definitely because it was Awkwards was such a big name, and he had never really lost, and his battles were against like T-Rex,
Hollow and shit, yeah,
like fucking these big names, Arsenal, like the biggest names of like anybody on the East Coast. So like for me to be on that list of names was like a big deal to me. And he said to do unlimited rounds, and I wrote like fucking just at the time like people weren't really doing unlimited rounds.
No.
So the 5 or 7 minute round, whatever the fuck I had, was just like it was a exhausting piece of memorization.
Yeah, and it was way out of character for that time because we were all doing like 1-2 minute rounds like max. That was even before like 3 minute rounds became the standard, you know. I just remember it being a fucking ass whooping and just being like, oh shit. Oh damn, he got his ass whooped. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Brian got beat up. It's like watching.
Joking.
It's like watching your friend in like a karate tournament and shit.
Like,
damn it. Damn it.
Okay.
All right, good job. Hey, next time, man. You'll get him next time. You tried. But it was an ass whooping for sure. And I felt like at that point we all like created this vendetta with it. Not me though, because clearly if I like wanted like, nah, I wanted to beat you for sure. But I never wanted to beat you because you would beat everybody on the West Coast. That shit didn't even come up to me until after. And then I was pissed that I did a whole round of bird bars against you, and I realized you had beat like all of my friends. And I was like, oh, fuck. It was like, oh, I shouldn't have been fucking around for that. What the fuck? But
right, it is like a different type of like this style of battle rap that like what I tried to do to Awkwards was like really like discredit and disprove anything that he had ever done.
Yeah.
And that's like, in some ways, that's like a better way to kill somebody, but it's like not as appealing in the long term, I don't think. I think, like, I keep on coming back to the fact that I just prefer the bird bars. Like, that shit just plays better. Like, I prefer battles where I'm having some kind of fun, where I have, like, I can use comedic timing and not be, like, so worried that I'm going to forget and then lose my standing in, like, the community or whatever. Like, I want to be able to chill and do this shit, not, like, worry about my fucking footing all the time.
Yeah, no shit. Well, here's an interesting question with regards to like your new career. Because I feel like a lot of the battle rappers have to like put some kind of distance between themselves and battle rap because of the nature of the content of battle rap, and like, oh, I was on camera saying faggot a bunch of times, and like, you know what I mean? But like, I feel like for you that wasn't the case as much. Like maybe because the audience of Barstool is more like a bunch of fucking jocks, but like they're understanding.
Right, they looked at my resume. They're like, "We see you said faggot 100 times.
Yeah,
tell us more."
That's fine. I had to suck a guy's dick as a pledge one time, so it's cool. It's cool, bro. It's cool.
It doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter, bro. So yeah, no, I felt like it was cool that you were one of the people that didn't have to necessarily create that huge distance between battle rap and yourself. Do you feel like that? Like you ever worried about how people would perceive your battles in like the rest of your career? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean, and I was definitely like, I sought this job at Barstool because I saw some of the similarities to battle rap in that you just have the freedom to do like whatever the fuck you want, and that's what's awesome about battle rap. No one's telling you what to say at all.
Yeah.
And I've had other jobs where it's like you're writing, but like it has to sound like this or say this or mean this, and it's like, man, that's just not cool. And so just like the unbridled freedom is what drew me to it, and so I don't necessarily have to worry about it, and they're more into like embracing it and being like, okay, how can we further incorporate the battle rap community into this shit? And 'cause they find it to be like a successful venture of bringing me aboard. So hopefully it's something that I can keep on building, and I can keep dropping F-bombs all over the place.
I see when you did the Rone battle that like they were in full support and like reposting shit, and I thought that was cool too.
They were real cool, but I had to intentionally like not. I had a bar at the beginning where I was gonna say I was gonna be like, "Ooh, I'm back in battle rap. This freedom of speech is real nice." Shit, I was thinking about saying faggot, and I still might. But I had to pull it because I was like, man, these people.
What? Oh, the world missed out, man. That would have been really good.
That's great.
That's what we really need right now, to be honest. I feel like honestly, things are changing so fucking rapidly from the like real like hardcore SJW Me Too era to like a backlash to that, because it's like how much fucking tattletaling can honestly go on in the world before people are just like everyone's told on each other, you know what I mean? And I feel like, especially, when we got motherfuckers being murdered in the streets by police officers, like there's so much more to worry about than these little fucking things that we say to each other in humor, you know what I mean? Like clearly if you're saying some shit in a hateful fucking way and you mean to do harm to somebody else, then that shit's not okay. But nobody ever in battle rap ever did that, you know what I mean? And when they did mean to do harm to each other, they did harm to each other. You know what I mean? Like
or they got checked for it. Like if they said something out of pocket, like the room checked them right there. There wasn't like some buffer system.
Yeah.
But even looking back at the battle, watching back our battle, I would half cringe at like me being like tell your half Mexican side I'm half Mexican. Like that shit probably wouldn't fly today. And then I did like a bunch of Mexican jokes, but at the same time though, like the whole you look across the room, everybody in the room, every race of people in the room was like, haha, like that shit's funny, like fucking Juan DeMarco, get his ass, like
it's most funny to the Mexicans in the room for sure. You know what I mean?
Like, we have the comfortability where we can fucking bust each other's balls, crack jokes, and fucking like, and still feel like, you know what I mean? Like it's still like all good, you know what I mean? And that's what it really should be. And it's such a different time now to then.
Yeah, for sure. What is your radio show focused on? You do sports?
It usually was sports, but
Well,
like
Kev,
now,
what the fuck are you doing? There was a UFC event yesterday. I mean,
it's so free flowing. So I mean, it's 12. There you can get free Sirius. I think Sirius is doing tons of like free promos or whatever. But it's 12 to 2 every day East Coast. So 9 to 11 every day West Coast. Channel 85 on Sirius. Like it's a real funny.
That's
fun
fucking
show.
fire.
Like,
Is it on a sports network or is it on like a fucking music?
So we have our own network. Barstool
Oh, it's a
has
bar.
network.
Oh, so it's
shit.
It's on the Barstool channel at what time you said East Coast?
East Coast at 12, 9 o'clock West Coast.
Fucking A. That is so sick, man.
Right on.
Hell yes.
What a cool ass thing. You're a fucking
Hell yes,
you're a
bro.
sideline reporter ass motherfucker.
I'm blogging. I dead ass blogger is like my job title. I'm such a bitch.
You were saying on the phone the other day you were gonna fucking you were thinking about adopting a dog but you couldn't find one. You
Yes,
still been on
dude.
the
What's
hunt?
good? Where should I adopt from? Where's the best place to get a dog?
Man, I will contact you. I'll shoot you a text and I'll try and link you with the rescue in your area. Because realistically, all you got to do is just don't buy a dog from a breeder because you're paying a lot for something you get no guarantee on, and you're also guaranteeing that a dog that needs to be rescued isn't getting rescued. You know what I'm saying? And you're also guaranteeing that people are going to continue this practice of trying to make a lot of money off of dogs, which is, never in the benefit of the dog. So I would just urge that you rescue a dog as opposed to buying one from a breeder. And shouts out to A Ward and his wife, who recently rescued a beautiful German Shepherd mix, like 6-month-old dog. Just that's the type of shit I love to see, because whenever someone does that, it's you're giving a dog a chance. You're taking a dog off the streets or out of the shelter, and you're not putting money in some asshole's pocket who's literally just profiting off of fucking dogs, which is never good. So yeah, I don't care if you want a French bulldog, Ron. You don't go fucking buy one, okay? Go find one from a fucking rescue. But I will legit put you in touch with some rescues in your area. And they have a variety of dogs. I've had everything from corgis to coonhounds, fucking a lot of pit mixes, Chihuahuas. Like, we get all sorts of dogs in the rescue, and there are rescues that specialize in specific breeds, like lab rescues and golden retrievers and stuff like that. So you can find any fucking dog you're looking for, even if you're very specific about the kind of dog you want, like a hypoallergenic dog or something. Don't go fucking buy one from a breeder. Just look to get one from a rescue. That's all I would say.
Cheers, bro. I appreciate that, dude. And also, dude, I'm happy. And to set the record straight, I never jerked off in your shower.
Oh, really? I wouldn't, man. I was in there fucking sloshing my feet around, hoping I was going to have foot babies. Hoping we were going to have foot babies together. You know what I'm saying? Man, yes, I really fucking appreciate you. Someone said, Dan just said coon, he's canceled.
You got your ass.
Fucking coonhound, a red bone coonhound. Look it up. But yeah, thank you so much for fucking joining us today. It really means a lot to me. Of course. And thank you so much for fucking battling me all those years ago. Really, the strength of this whole Battle of the Zay thing, and the reason we were able to do like 10 of these events over the course of 8 years or something like that, was because this first event that we did on our own, we had a big name like you at the top of it, and I really appreciate that shit.
Salute, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me on. Keep the show going.
We'll see. We only got so many of these events, and then I think I'm doing this thing now where like once a week I just come here and fucking scream angry stuff into the microphone. Last week I was just yelling about how I couldn't get any Jiffy blueberry muffin mix because I had to get the real blueberry muffin mix with the fucking real blueberries in it that you got to drain the can, and nobody likes that shit. I want the 99-cent fucking Jiffy box, but everybody wants to bake because it's fucking corona. I'm going back into this shit. I don't want to do this, but look. I really appreciate you. Everybody watch Rone's show on Sirius. It's on the Barstool channel at noon East Coast time, 9 o'clock on the West Coast. And I'm sure you can get like a free trial thing. So go on to Sirius's website and look that shit up. And if they you better tell them Rone sent you. All right?
Fuck yes. Appreciate you, brother.
All right. Love you, bud. Peace.
Peace.
I made him feel all weird because I told him I loved him.
Assad said he was gonna adopt a dog and name it Japanese Jesus.
Oh, that's fire. That's really good. I would definitely I appreciate that. Japanese Jesus is a great name for a dog. So is Paranormal Ezak.
Yeah.
Paranormal
That's
Ezak
the shit now. You just need to start naming these rescue dogs after
battle rappers. After fucking obscure battle rappers. Be like, come here, Denter.
Come here, Sonic Soundwavius.
Come here, Sonic Soundwavius.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
I demand you do this now.
Come here, Sonic Soundwavius. That's
Oh
the
my
funniest thing to me. Woo! Do you think? Okay, here's the real question then. Are fools gonna be super offended that I named rescue dogs after them? Like, where does that stand on the?
How could you be offended about a beautiful little doggy getting
Yeah,
fucking rescued, and as an honor you got to like be named after? Fuck you if you're offended. How about that shit?
Bearded Beauty.
Yeah, what's up, Bearded Beauty?
God bless. Appreciate you. That was really cool. Appreciate Rone tuning in. I didn't know he had his own fucking serious radio show from his fucking Brooklyn apartment. What a fucking dick.
Which looked dope.
Yeah, he's a happy boy. And he looks like he's 10. He's probably a vampire, dude.
Yeah.
He's probably sucking blood.
He's probably doing that shit where you like get like some young person's blood dripped into you.
Oh yeah.
That's a real ass thing too.
They do that?
All the time.
Can I do that? Or is that
I mean, we're probably not rich enough for that.
We don't
shit.
have
That's
the
probably
money
above
for
our
that
pay
shit.
grade. You know what I mean?
Is it a lot of money? Because like, you know how like sometimes
I mean, theoretically,
you ever
if you
spend
could just find somebody with some good blood. And
That's-
I mean, you're a hustler, so you could probably work some shit out.
Well, I was saying if we could work something out privately, then that would probably be better than paying a lot of money. But I was
Yeah.
also, what I was going to say was, though, is like, I like to eat every once in a while. I'll spend like an absurd amount of money at a restaurant. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'll go spend like $500 or $1,000 on a dinner. And like, that's
Fuck
what
yeah.
like rich people do all the time. But I'm just like pretending to be rich like once.
I'll do
Could
that.
I pretend to
Yeah.
be rich once with stealing blood from people? Like, is that a thing you could just like, or do you have to be like one of those lizard people inside those circles to be getting the blood from people like that?
Probably a little bit of both.
Woo!
That's why I don't understand. Like, every time I'm listening to like a Joe Rogan shit, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, we just get these like IV drip things that go into us, and you know, we just." I'm like, where are all these companies? Like, how do you just? It's fucking genius.
They come to your hotel room when you're rich in Vegas. You're like, oh, you're hungover? Here's an IV to make you feel better. And then here's a glass of fucking baby blood to drink. I don't know. I made the last part up. So check it out. I decided I think I'm going to do like once a week I'll come here and do the Cancel Dan show. I'll just complain about something. You know what I mean?
Just talk about the lizard people.
I mean, it'll always be kind of about the lizard people, but they'll, it'll be focused topics that are all kind of like leading into that at the end of the day. Okay, cool. I'm glad Mandrew approves.
Yeah, folks were digging it.
We did it. We did a full hour. I think we're done for today.
I was even joking around. I was like, I like how I can like go live and be like, oh yeah, I fucks with y'all, and it's like whatever. When Dan goes live, it's like I fucking hate all of you, and everyone's just like, I miss Dan so much.
That's great. What about fucking what about Ohms on here talking about how he wants Tijuana to open up so he can go back and get Cialis?
Some shit like that.
That's
something along
yeah.
those lines.
See, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
It was so good.
I'm not the only one on here ranting. You guys should tune in. If you're just watching me, you're fucking up, because sometimes Ryan calls Ohms and Ohms says way crazier shit than me, and he like, I'm half joking. He means everything.
Yeah, Ohms means everything.
He means he'll die for this. So.
What's up? Ohms is in the chat right now, actually.
Oh,
that's funny.
fucking Ohms, what's up? Hey, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna get to one of these events that Ohms is on, and then it's gonna be great. I can't.
No,
wait.
we're gonna have to talk about the one because he's on one of the ones where the Source is in the crowd, and he says my bars are like my felony warrants.
Oh, that's
all outstanding.
That's such an amazing bar. That's one of my like. That's if you asked me to to name like my 10 favorite battle rap bars, that would be one of them.
That's
for
so
sure.
good.
My bars are like my felony warrants outstanding. That's a fucking classic. I'm looking up the BOTZ3 card right now.
And him versus Robo's.
You know what?
That's like a moment in time for bots.
So BOTZ3 was a pretty amazing card, and it does feature an Ohms battle.
Fire.
Ohms versus Darth Tone. So and it also is No Shame's first appearance, and we got my last BOTZ battle, which was versus Tiger Ty.
Oh yeah.
You got Emerson Kennedy versus Madflex.
Yeah.
What a fucking great battle. Probably happened way too many years too early, but it was just really cool. Like looking back, it's like those are two of the better dudes in the world right now, and we had them battling all those years ago against each other. That's really fucking cool.
It's like when I find out one of my favorite wrestlers had some cool ass shit in Japan. It's like,
what?
oh damn, he was
This
like a
fool
legend in Japan, and then he comes over here and they did him dirty. Fire.
What? Okay, cool. So yeah, it'll be a good one next week. We got Joe Cutter, No Shame, Madflex, Emerson Kennedy, Luck Lush versus Reverse Live. Maybe we'll talk to Reverse and ask him why I made him battle Luck Lush. Pariah versus.
He did him dirty, dude.
Yeah, he must have owed me money or something. Jeez. Pariah versus Lex D. Crazy K versus Essam. So Essam was on that card. Oh man, we're gonna have to.
It's another good dog.
Who should we talk to for this one? I guess we should probably see if we can holler at No Shame.
Yeah,
that would be talk to her about her first BOTZ experience in battling Joe Cutter, which is always weird because you're battling someone with a pastry in their pocket.
I think that battle ended up like on Vice.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah,
I'm sure it did. Oh, you know what? That battle was the one that was attached to her. No Shame did one of those epic battles in history.
Yeah,
and they attached a link to this battle. So,
because I think they even interviewed Joe, which in retrospect now I need to go back and try to find that because.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Maybe that'll be worth.
Because I can only imagine being the Vice News interviewer, being there to interview a transgender battle rapper, and then like, oh yeah, who's your opponent? Like, and then going to them like, wait, where am I at?
Is this what? This is the guy you're battling? Yeah, what a world, what a world. Okay, so thanks for tuning in to Behind the Bots. A special thanks to Rone for joining us once again. Check out his show on Sirius, on the Barstool channel. Noon on the East Coast, 9 on the West Coast. And Ryan, you'll probably be doing some other shit this week, right?
Yeah, probably. Just keep eyes peeled. I'll just be doing shit.
Keep ice peeled? How are you supposed to peel ice? Like what is like ice? Like a fucking
keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, cool. You're just
have,
talking dumb.
Have
I thought
the notification.
I thought you were telling me to peel ice, and I was trying to imagine that with my brain, and I couldn't even fucking fathom it.
But I am gonna probably like when I interview people. I'm not just sitting on here watching fucking Japanese wrestling. I think I'm gonna start like uploading those interviews with people like on audio episodes.
Oh yeah, that's good. You should just call
every single time. Yeah,
and just be like, "What's on your mind? Just tell me what's on your mind."
Me trying to see if he can FaceTime too. But yeah, beside the point. Yeah.
All right,
check out the stuff.
This has been Behind the Bots. Check us next week for BOTZ3, and we'll get another person who was on the card to join us and talk about the battles with us. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. A special thanks to all the patrons. I'm going to upload a special rant just for the patrons.
There you go.
It'll be online tomorrow. So if you're a counterproductive patron, you're going to get a special link to watch a special rant. And only you guys will see it. So you know I'm going to be saying some super spicy fucking shit. God bless you. We love you. Stay safe out there. If you got to go out and fucking express yourself because bullshit, then make sure that you stay safe because those fucking pigs got rubber bullets and they're fucking licking their lips and going, oh, I want to fuck these fucking motherfuckers up. You know what I mean? So just watch out.
Yeah, head on a swivel.
Stay safe.